Hey everyone, it's Carlos here. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Alright you guys, so in today's video, we're going to be doing something different. We're going to be doing another special collaboration for you guys. So, if you want to know who I'm collaborating with, then you got to keep on watching because I'll tell you shortly. But in today's video is going to be story time. I actually have not done one of those. Never. Actually, now thinking about it, I've never done a story time. So, in today's video, if you want to know exactly how I die, then you gotta keep on watching. No, I'm being serious, how I died. Anyways, you guys, so if you want to know all the nitty gritty and how I died, then you gotta hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell as well, so anytime I upload new videos, you automatically get the notifications. And as always, give my video a thumbs up as well, because you know why. I greatly appreciate it when you guys do. So let's just go ahead into the story time and see exactly what the whole issue is about me dying, or I died, or did I die? Let's just get started. Alright you guys, so let's go ahead and get started on the video. As I mentioned, this is a special collaboration video that I am doing with other 4 fantastic YouTubers. So we got Sips and Lips and Makeup Tricks of Genie. Well, not of Genie, but Genie. You get what I'm trying to say, right? Then we have Laura from the Bargain Hunter channel. And then we have Cici from Cici Trial Size Life. And then we have Mary Catherine from Mary Catherine Loves Cats. So today's video, we are doing a Mask Monday Friends session or video. That didn't sound right, but you get what I'm trying to say, right? So Mary Catherine was so gracious enough to send out these GlamGlow masks to us, which is really cool because I prefer eye masks versus face masks because they always feel funny when they're down here and they don't always position on my face correctly. So yeah, well, let's go ahead and get started on unwrapping this mask so we can go ahead and use that during our video. But as I mentioned, today is story time. So if you are interested in story time videos as to what's going on in someone's life or what may have happened, especially in this video, because today's video, as I mentioned in the title of the intro, or did that make any sense? No. In the intro video, tell you, it's a story about how I die, and I'm not being sarcastic. And yesterday, I'm recording this on Monday morning. So let me tell you, I tried to record this last night on Easter after everyone had left. I said, okay, now I can sit down and record. Camera didn't want to work. The batteries were completely dead. One of the lights that I needed would not just go on. I'm like, okay, something's not right here. I know it was a busy day, but come on now, why am I not able to record? So I'm recording as Monday morning, so you may hear kids in the background. I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Yesterday was just not right. I wanted to sit down and tell you my story time. Now, maybe I'm not meant to tell you my story time, so we'll find out. So that's why I got my coffee here, and yeah, let's just get right into the video. So you ever hear those people that have those life or death, what is it? The life after death experiences and stuff like that. So many people don't know this about me. So you can take it however you want because some people don't believe in it. So yeah, okay, this is like really watery, which is actually good. That means it has a lot of product in it. Anyways, you guys, so this is what happened. So again, as I mentioned, I'm gonna have a squirrel moment here. So if you are a person who enjoys life after death experiences, stories and stuff like that, and you know, Beyond the Dead, then this might be a video that's up your alley. All right. So if I remember, I was like 12 years old and I lived on the south side of Milwaukee for, you know, pretty much the entire time when I was in my youth. So this mask look crooked. Anyways, you guys, so some of you obviously won't be familiar with what I'm about to explain to you in terms of location, site scenery. So I'll try to explain the best way that I can, especially remembering it from a child's perspective, from how they experienced it. So there is, on the south side of Milwaukee, there is a park that's called Kosciuszko Park. And Kosciuszko Park has like this huge pond. And this, as a child, this pond obviously looks like a lake because it's huge. It really is. I haven't been to that side of town in a hot minute. It's been quite some time. Just be completely honest, it's not the greatest side of town right now. It's a little bit run down. It wasn't like that when I was growing up. When I was growing up, it was actually very nice and beautiful. Anyways, you guys, so I think it roughly, like I mentioned, I think I was probably 12 or 13. I was still pretty young. And I remember it was like during the or at least during the fall season or winter season. It was actually winter, excuse me, not Christmas, but you know, as a child, again, you see snow, you're thinking Christmas. So from a child's perspective, you see snow, you think of Christmas. Okay. So I can't remember exactly when or why. My mom was asleep in the house that we lived at that was like a block away, right? So then I decided to just take my butt across the street and walk to the park. So as I'm mentioning, there's this huge pond there, right? And the pond is like iced over. Like this is one of those days in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, that it was freezing cold to the point that the pond was frozen shut in a sense. What's the correct term? I don't know. So anyhow, so as I'm walking to the park, I saw 4 other kids, youth, walking on the ice. They got off the ice and they go onto the trail wherever they were going, right? So I figure I can do the same thing, right? You know where this is going. So I decided, okay, let me follow their path I look like a superhero. This actually feels kind of nice though. Anyway, so I decided, let me go ahead and walk on the same path as they're walking. So I'm walking on kind of like on, I would say maybe 3 feet. No, that's a foot. I can't measure. Maybe approximately 3 feet off the shoreline of the pond. Does a pond even have a shoreline? Anyways, you guys, so I'm walking 3 feet from there. And for the last thing I can recall is that I know I fell through the ice. Like the ice completely just shattered and now I'm underwater. I'm submerged underwater, right? And at that moment, you would think like, okay, I'm going to feel cold. I'm going to feel you know, when you're cold, you feel like all of that, right? I didn't get that. So what ended up happening, this is where it gets really interesting. What ended up happening to me is that I was completely surrounded by warmth. Like I was feeling complete warmth around me. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It felt warm. Like, you know, when you're in the sun, you feel the heat, the sun beaming on you. That's how I felt. Okay. So around me, like on this side, I can't think of the term that you want to use when you're seeing from this vision, right? It was dark, right? This side is all dark over here. But in front of me, all over here, is completely light, but I can't see. All I can see is like shadows. But I wasn't fearful. I wasn't scared in the sense of like, okay, what's happening? But I knew I felt comfortable. I felt safe. Monday morning. Anyways, and so then for whatever reason, like I could feel people talking to me, not hear them. I can just feel them, if that makes any sense. It was a strange feeling because it's like, okay, I hear people talking, but I don't hear them. I feel them talking through me. And it almost felt like a sense of like, I knew them, but I didn't know them for some odd reason. If I can remember vaguely, it was maybe like 8 shadowy people in the far distance. So as I remember me being in water, but I was in water, but I didn't know I was in water because I felt again like I was somewhere, but I couldn't tell where. Did that make any sense? I'm telling you, this is a really interesting and really odd for me to explain because again, it's hard to articulate what it is that you experience to someone who may not be able to understand. Does that make any sense? Anyways, you guys, so as I am like standing there, seeing the 8 figurines that are completely shadowed, knowing, I feel like I know them, but I don't know them because I can't see them. I couldn't see any faces. And then all of a sudden, I'm completely out of the pond. And what I do remember is that something had grabbed my arm, my hand, pulled me out of the water because I couldn't get out. I really couldn't. There was a dock at that time on the pond. And as I get out from the water, get myself to the shore, And I look around to see who had lifted me or who had pulled me out of the water. Nobody was there. I kid you not, no one was around. And when I say no one was around, I'm literally being serious. Nobody was around, especially being such a big park and a big pond. And especially with the kids being there not too long ago, you would think, oh, you would have seen a lot of people around. Or, you know, just vaguely. At that time, there was a lot of people walking in that park, typically, but that day there really wasn't. So as I'm lifted out of the water, I'm still not cold, believe it or not. I still feel warmth on me. So I get out off the floor. I don't feel cold, but I am drenched in cold water, even though I don't feel cold. And then I decide to walk my butt back home. I'm walking back home, drenched in water, in pond water. And I get home and I explain to my mom what happened. She looked at me crazy, like she had no clue what the heck I'm talking about, which completely understandable. Like, who is this kid that's telling you this imaginary story at the age of 12 or 13? Like, okay, you were just playing around, you got in the snow, right? That's, as a parent, that's what you would think, right? Because I know, thinking of it now, I probably would think the same thing. Like, okay, they're just playing in the snow and they're trying to make up excuses, whatever, right? So yeah, after that, till this day, I still think about that experience. I personally do believe that I had a life after death experience, or death after life, however you phrase that. I cannot think of the correct term right now, because I still cannot understand what happened, how it happened, how I felt the way I felt, and how I was able to hear these people that were speaking to me, but not actually hearing them. I know that sounds like a hot mess, but that is what happened. And that's the best way that I can describe it to you guys, because it was something that it was so beautiful to experience, and also so comforting to feel, but yet also hard to explain. Does that make sense? I don't know. My mind, it just cannot, I still to this day, I cannot wrap around the right words to use about the experience that I had. Granted, I can barely speak in my videos. You know, if you see my videos before, they don't always come out the most articulate way. So yeah, that is my life after death experience. I figured this morning is the best way to hurry up and get it out of the way, because again, as I'm trying to record it last night after everyone leaves, their kids are in bed, battery's dead, lights won't go on, nothing seems to work. What was the universe telling me? Was I not supposed to share this story time with you guys? All right, I'm liking it's not falling down. This mess is really nice though. It really is, even though I look like a superhero. So have you guys known anyone to experience that before, or gone through that, or are you interested in those type of stories? If so, I have other stories I can share. Let me go ahead and take this off now. What I mean by that is that, let's see how it leaves my face. Oh, I like how this, I hope this soaks into my skin really nicely, because I like when these feel after you use a face mask. I like how they leave your skin feeling. That makes sense? I'm hearing myself and it doesn't sound right. Anyways, guys, because I do have a lot of vivid dreams, and sometimes my dreams come into reality. I'm not crazy, but they actually do. I'll give you one example. For sure, this did happen. I had a dream before 9/11 occurred, and my dream was very vivid, to the point where when you have those dreams and you're crying in your dreams, to the point where I was traumatized from that dream, like for weeks. And then all of a sudden, like, I won't give you a time frame, because if you want to hear the story, I'll tell you later. Then 9/11 did happen. And I was in complete shock at work. And then when I got home, still in complete shock, because I couldn't believe what I was seeing was same things that I seen prior to 9/11 in my dreams. So it's like, did I witness something that occurred before it actually happened? Yeah, so if you're interested in story time, trust me and believe, I have a lot of good stories. I just don't like to share them because I don't want people thinking I'm crazy. Kid you not, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. So, whatever. I do tell some people, but people who are open to hear it, because there's a lot of people who are like, you crazy, Carlos. Yeah, I am crazy, but not like that crazy. Anyways, you guys, so that was my story time and my Mask Monday Friend Edition collaboration. You guys, I'm glad that Mary Catherine suggested this, and the reason for it, because I don't normally get to sit down and to actually have a conversation with you and talk about myself. I usually talk about the products that I'm reviewing and the brand itself. And it's kind of nice to just sit here, take a moment, relax, regroup, self-heal in a sense, yourself, even if it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Sometimes we need to take that time away from our hectic days of life. Seriously, have a conversation, drink some tea, drink some coffee, whatever floats your boat, some tequila, some wine. I'm not judging. Yeah, ooh, you know what? Some Kahlua might actually taste good in here. Anyways, you guys, but you get what I'm trying to say. Definitely leave a comment below. Let me know your guys' thoughts about my story time today. Did you find that interesting? Again, have you ever heard or have you ever experienced that before? And if you do want to hear more story time, also leave a comment below, and then we'll get right into that. Now, I'll start doing a whole different segment series on my channel about story time, and we can just play around with some makeup, drink tea, coffee, tequila, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, you guys, if you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also hit that notification bell as well, so anytime I upload new videos, you automatically get the notifications. And also, don't forget to check out the other fantastic YouTubers that I did the collaborations today's video, so you can see exactly what they did on their channel. I will include a link in the description field below with all of their channels, so make sure you please go ahead to the channel and also go ahead and subscribe and watch their collaboration video for today's video. Did that make any sense? No, it didn't, but you get what I'm trying to say. Anyways, you guys, but until then, make sure y'all brush your teeth, wash your culo, and subscribe. I will see you all in my next video. Take care. Bye now.